Hi, I'm Aldyn. Welcome to my channel, Harmonious Twin Flame Union. Today is June 28th, 2018, so I'm doing a reading for the last full moon before the eclipse in Cancer in the middle of July next month, but just a couple weeks or so away. And so yeah, it's full moon in Capricorn, and there's a lot of cool astrological stuff going on, and it's been a hot minute since I've made a video, so I thought, hey, it's time to get back into it. I've got some energy now that I've had some time to rest and catch up on that. So anyway, yeah, I've got a couple of decks here. One of them is the Gaia Oracle deck, and so I thought that was a good choice for the Capricorn full moon, earthy and all that, and that's by Toni, Carmine, Salerno, and then I also have the Angel Tarot cards by Doreen and artwork by Steve Roberts. So anyway, the first thing I wanted to mention is Mars went retrograde a couple of days ago, and Mars is a very outward, action-oriented planet, generally speaking. It pretty much is. And it only goes retrograde every year and a half or so, so it's pretty noticeable when it happens. For some, you can see if that's true for you. And it's in Aquarius, and that's a very kind of universal knowledge kind of sign, a very kind of sign about spreading out and freedom on a social or a freedom on a unified level. But it's just a good reminder that if things are coming up about action-oriented feelings, especially kind of I guess anger, or just that repressed emotions where it feels like there's anger coming up, there's probably something underneath that potential kind of fierce feeling that you have that's really being called to recognize and to reconsider, especially too with the Capricorn full moon and and it being very focused on reorganization, restructuring, but also where we pay our respects to ourselves, how we respect and value our own time, and how we also respect and value our brothers and sisters, and how that's in alignment, and kind of processing that, and maybe taking it to the next level by kind of weeding out what's no longer serving, or what's really sort of not practical anymore. I'm looking for a certain word, not just not the most highest functioning way of doing things, not the most divine way, and so a new way is kind of being shown in a practical kind of sense. And I feel like there was somewhere else I wanted to go with that. Well, Saturn is also retrograde, and Saturn rules Capricorn, so again, just going back, introspection about these kinds of things, reevaluation, and a time for really going back over where we didn't set somehow complete boundaries in the past too, And so it's a time, it's kind of like two sides of the same coin in a way, like to dive back in emotionally to where we can really heal ourselves through creating proper boundaries within. First it's the action steps, become clear from there. And then also, so the flip side of that is like then you have the energy now freed to give to fruitful pursuits. And so yeah, God's kind of like showing you the way there. So yeah, like an example would be for me, like I had a really powerful, strong dream last night about my family, and where I hadn't set boundaries basically for most of my life until the last like couple of years. Really is when I got more seriously focused on my own well-being and what that really meant. So yeah, I had a dream where I had to really like go back and explain to a family member why like I had chosen such a strong boundary, and the consequences of their actions, and how actually what they did was very like severe, and setting a boundary was really the most loving thing that I could do in that situation. And I thought I'd already pretty much done that outwardly and everything, but there was something about the dream that was very very powerful, and brought me to a new level of resolve. So I think that's really the key word there for what's going on here, is finding resolve by really looking at I guess you could say the upsets, but yeah, just the places where boundaries need to be kind of reassessed, and again then also creating the that sort of rejuvenation for bringing the energy into new divine places, or places where we've already got stuff started, but just it's now coming together in a more divinely organized fashion. So yeah, I think that's enough of me talking about all that. So draw a card now. So I shuffled these cards already, but I like to shuffle them once, just to get the vibe of everyone with the shuffle with God. And I cut the cards, and the card that I get is, let's see if I can make this clear. Of course, I didn't think about the glare situation. Well, you can see it. This is a card reading, so it'd be nice if you could see the card. There, if I turn it that way, it's better. Okay, I'm trying to get it clear. Just like my perfectionist ways really want the camera to clear, and I don't have a good trick for doing that. I don't know if I wave my hand, if it'll focus on that one part. But anyway, you can see it says Ocean of Eternal Love, and it's like a drop kind of going into that ocean space, and it also looks like a full moon as well. So it's also number 44, which is a very powerful number, and I think it's like a good reminder that all of our support is always with us, and sort of a completion of things and bringing in the new, like creating, by completing, we create a solid foundation for the next step. And Ocean of eternal love, healing, creativity, fertility. I mean, this is a great card too for the twin flame journey, and for really like showing you that your investments are paying off in love. So wherever you're putting that love into your divine self, into your purpose, you know, into your kids, if you have kids, into your pets, into your home. It's not just about putting it and like doing the mirror exercise for your harmonious twin flame union. It's also for unifying everything in your life and creating harmony everywhere. And so the deeper you go with that, the more clear you become on changes, you know, things that just naturally change and align. And so for me, like, I see this as a really beautiful card for that, like showing it. It reminds me of like kind of like a, you know, a drop going in, like the investment of love that you're putting in, and it spreads into the ocean. And so every drop is precious, and it's ever expansive. And so you just keep on going with the love, and loving where you really feel called to, even if it presents some kind of a challenge or an upset or something. Then yeah, you need to do the spiritual work there. But look, it's really showing up as an awesome, beautiful sign. So yeah, healing, creativity, and fertility. So also, the full moon is like about, you know, the culmination sort of, and the reaping of what you sow. And but this is kind of showing, you know, fertility and creativity and healing. So I think it's about that whole cycle, and seeing where we're at now and what we've been able to bring into fruition, and then yeah, like kind of evaluating where and what to put energy into now to continue this really divine, creative process of your life purpose, of your harmonious twin flame union, and just like unifying everything. So it does involve healing and letting go too of ways of being that we don't really need in our lives. So that's what I get from that. I also get like a nurturing quality too, and I think there's something to be said about spending some time right now just paying attention to really how it is that you can best nurture yourself, and that really benefits everyone. You know, it really benefits your divine being. So yeah, that's it for that. I think that's good. And then I've got the Angel Tarot deck. So also shuffled these a bunch, but I will shuffle them one more time. And also like to cut the cards. Feels right to me. So I've got 4 of Fire, contentment, peace, and let's see if you can even read it if I get it right. Yeah, so contentment, peace, and I can't read it because it's backwards for me, abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. And we've got 4 again, so that's like 3 4s. I would say the angels are in this reading. That's awesome. So, yeah, to figure out like a different setup where the sun's not like glaring on the card next time. Or maybe it's the camera, I don't even know. But anyway, there's a dragon you could see there in the middle of, you know, kind of could be a sun, or again, it has that like full moon look again. Yep. And it's in the middle. It's being held up by like these four pillars, this like ball of energy. So again, I think it goes back to that peaceful place of having some kind of a foundation, or at least some sort of a feeling and knowing of where your foundation is on a more clear, a more directed level, and that's really allowing us to put our energy into something that that we feel confident in terms of, you know, where to put our loving energy. And I mean, of course, like obviously into yourself in terms of unity consciousness and harmonious twin flame union with God, but also like, well, what does that mean? You know, so what do I do in my everyday life? You know, if you're not with your twin flame, or even if you are with your twin flame, you're living with them, maybe you're married to them, but like there's always further to go until you're, you know, essentially ascended in perfect union, whatever you want to say. So that's like that's where you're going, but there's a purpose to you, and so like get really like feeling into where that's at for you really helps to give you this sense of peace and abundance too. So abundance comes in many forms, and it's something that you really have to feel within to be able to embrace that and then to appreciate it. So you can appreciate the things that you already have, the comforts that you have. You can appreciate all of your experiences too and the abundance of them, rather than looking at the lack and like, oh, you know, if I had texted my twin flame 3 years ago, then like maybe we'd actually be in union now instead of not, or whatever. Well, okay, like if that's going to be your attitude, then you're not really like healing separation there. Or, you know, like, gosh, if I'd just done that master's program, then like I wouldn't have to, like, I don't know, you know, have this job, whatever it is. It's really like faith and feeling carried by God, and also taking action steps that are led by God. So it's like, yeah, if you've seen contrast somewhere in your life in the past, like you don't need to experience more of that, hopefully. So that is there as well for a lesson and to lead you into more unity, not away from it. So paying close attention to that, but doing it from a really peaceful, loving place. And yeah, happy home life, the successful completion of project. I do feel like this is a time to focus on your home, like your inner home inside of yourself, and also perhaps, you know, your actual home space with the time of year that we're at, and like the Capricorn Cancer axis. It speaks to practicality and organization and group structures and things on this level, and also a sense of independence and doing things like you could do anything, you know, on your own, but kind of it's about bringing those things together, that energy together. And then with Cancer, you know, it's about focusing on nurturing and the home life, and there's some other planetary, or I guess it's not a planet, it's like an asteroid series is in Virgo. And so, yeah, like about nurturing yourself and what's healthy, which doesn't mean like, you know, celery juice or something. It means like, it could be that, but it could also be like, just like taking yourself out for, the meal that you really want, like you're getting exactly what you want and really enjoying it and feeling into that. Or it could mean relaxing, or whatever. It's just about nurturing yourself. So nurturing that energetic, loving space within yourself, and whatever that means. And that is how you really can like cultivate energy too, like by appreciating what you already have and nurturing it. So yeah, I think that's good. And I feel like that's a complete reading. I was not sure how many cards I was going to draw, but the cards that popped up right away feel really peaceful to me. So I think that's awesome. And I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please visit me at harmonious-twin-flame-union.com if you want more info. I've also got a Facebook group, and I invite you to join Twin Flame Ascension School Open Forum, or Twin Flame Universe Open Forum. I should remember what it's called. But anyway, that's the community that I'm a part of, and the mirror exercise that I mentioned is in the book that's pinned at the top in that forum, and I can link it below as well. Yeah, so please like, share, and subscribe, and comment below if you have anything to add or any questions. And look forward to seeing you in more videos. Hope you're having a great summer. Take care.